G'day everyone and welcome to Two Cousins, One Chat. I'm Ben.
Hi, and I'm Kristy.
Yes, and we are two cousins having one chat. Thanks for tuning in. It's always great to have you joining us.
Hi, Ben. It's lovely to see you. I always get so excited when I see you.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
I just do. I just think you're ace. So
Thanks.
anyway, and I love our time when we record our podcasts because they're always so super funny.
And we do get a bit silly sometimes, but that's okay, isn't
I
it?
love getting silly. That's what I'm all about. How have you been?
Look, it's been a week, I would say. I wasn't feeling 100%. I don't want to start complaining, but I do like to complain, as you know.
Yeah. Runs in the family, I think.
But I had a bit of, Reed's had a bit of a cold. I've had a bit of a cold. It's been wet and miserable, and it was all a bit all over the place at the start of the week. But the week came good and finished strong, I'll say.
Unreal.
So feeling good at the moment.
So you're finishing strong like Joe Biden.
Kind of not
with
like
a bit
that.
More energy.
No, because I think my heart is beating more than twice per minute. So.
Well, it's really good to see you, Ben, and I'm ready for an awesome podcast. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got the giggles. Hey, Ben, you are never gonna guess where I have just been, right?
Okay.
Okay, so I won't. This we could be
Don't
here
make
forever
me
if you were
guess.
guessing.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Okay,
it's Saturday afternoon.
Mm.
Howie and I just jumped in Hot Wheels. Right, and off we went to the prehistoric Bayside exhibition.
Wow, okay.
In Brighton, right?
Oh, so it's local.
It was local, yeah. It was actually really, really interesting, and I want to tell you about it because I met the paleontologist there, and his name's Ben. I want to get him on the podcast. He was brilliant, and basically they've got an exhibition in the Brighton Town Hall. And did you know that Bayside, like this area, Beaumaris, Black Rock, is home to one of the most important fossil areas in all of Australia, dating back to 5 to 6 million years of age. So it just kind of blew my tiny little brain. So we got to see a whole lot of old stuff and some fossils, and then there were some like fossils on exhibiting as well. So it was really, really good.
Amazing. That's so good. I had no idea, but I have been watching a documentary on Netflix about the great extinctions of the Earth, narrated by Morgan Freeman, and they talk about the ice ages and the floods and the volcanoes, but there was no mention of Bayside, though.
Oh, he's probably getting to it.
I haven't watched the whole thing. It's probably building to Bayside.
Oh, yeah.
No, seriously, that is fascinating. I find all that stuff really
it's
fascinating.
Mind-blowing.
It's really very hard to comprehend, isn't it, what has been on the Earth before us? Really it is, yeah.
And like how long we've been here and, what came before us and like what significant role we play in just even being here,
I know.
It's getting deep real quick.
So
like,
deep. So deep.
Just blows my
Welcome to Two Cousins One Chat. What is the meaning of life? Yeah.
It's going to be a longer episode, peeps.
Oh, wow. That's really, really cool. So fossils aside, we know we've got a pretty epic month or two coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, we've got the Tour de France kicking off.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep my excitement levels on, just nice and calm, Kristy. I'm just trying to keep it calm. But yeah, July is a brilliant month for no sleep. So we've got Tour de France starting. We'd already be in it by the time this podcast comes out. Wimbledon, which I love. And FYI to everyone listening, it's Wimbledon. You don't say Wimbledon.
Okay, and also it's not Wimbledon's.
No, it's not plurals. There's just one of them as Wimbledon, D-O-N, no, not T-O-N. That's just a helpful hint from me to everybody out there because, I don't want, I'm a bit of a stickler for pronunciation.
Well, as are the for upper class English people, which apparently it's not Royal Ascot, it's Royal Ascot for those that were watching.
Did not know that
this week. Yeah, you would have found that out. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So that's it. I mean, we have a big July as well because it always coincides with school holidays, the Tour de France. So we have lots of late nights. We sleep out in the lounge room. We watch the tour till all hours. Sometimes Reed's awake and Sarah and I have gone to sleep.
Yeah, look, I love it. And look, I've been speaking to a couple of people recently that are insomniacs.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just, they're wide awake constantly
All
throughout the
time.
night, all the time. And I said to him, look, don't worry about sleep. It'll
No.
come in August.
Yeah,
because
that's
just
right.
keep awake for the month of July. There's no point trying to, get back into any routines. And I know I just had this conversation with somebody yesterday, an insomniac. He's probably wide awake right now. You know who you are. And then when you're ready for sleep, my advice to you is tune into a bit of Tansy Forrest, get some sleep hypnosis, bang, you'll be out for months, right? And then you can come back and join everyone in September.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't worry about it.
Living. Just do it. Absolutely. Actually, I went to an event the other night and there was a hypnotist there, a really well-known hypnotist whose name I can't remember. And so that's the first time I've ever seen live hypnosis, and it was really, really good. Actually, some of the stuff Tansy said about, accessing certain parts of the brain.
Yep.
I was thinking about. Yeah, it was really, really good. But his were for entertainment reasons. So
okay, yeah. I'm so addicted to Tansy. I'm so addicted, and she's just unreal. If you haven't had a listen to some of her stuff, jump onto YouTube and you can find her there. Yeah. But today, everybody, we are getting to know each other a little bit better. You know what? Ben and I are cousins. We've been cousins for some time now. Yeah,
5 to 6 million years, I think. Yeah.
Like the fossils. Our relationship's going really, really well.
It
but
is.
There are some things that I just don't know about you, Ben, and Vicky Burker, or vice versa, right? We don't know about each other. So
we're too scared to ask at those family dinners and Christmases.
Right. So, and I did see you recently face to face, and I did have a couple of burning questions, but I thought, no, I'm going to hold them over to part 2 of the podcast, because we've actually done this episode once before.
We did.
Geez, it was a great episode.
It was fantastic. We called it You Think You Know Me, but You Don't Know Me. So we're calling this one You Think You Know Me, but You Don't Know Me, part 2.
And then I really found out some wonderful things about you. What are you doing? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have an eyelash.
Yeah. Okay. Find out.
Off. Yeah.
So I really felt like it strengthened our relationship. It really secured our bonds with each other.
Yeah.
And it was just really lovely to find out some. I can't remember what they were last time, but I think it was concreting. I think it was you were really good at concreting.
Nah, bad at it. And I learnt about your road rage problem.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did. We went down that track. So what we thought today is, I still hate Brussels sprouts. And I know I've overcome my road rage. I don't have road rage anymore.
Oh, good.
So yeah. So I'm going to just, crack open the can and ask you a few questions. So because I really want to get to know you a bit better.
And me, you. I did the sideways head thing.
Yeah, you're so funny, Ben. I'm just going to get straight into it. Here's my question to you, right? Have you ever been in trouble at work? If so, tell me.
Oh, well, yes, definitely. So there's 2 things that come to mind straight away. The first one was when I was working at Hungry Jack's, and I had very bad attitude when I first started work. I was just an angry teenager. And I may have told this story on the show before, but I was on the front counter. They had me on the front counter this particular day, and I'd been asked to sort of sweep the floor and clean up between the lunch shift and the afternoon shift. And everything I did with a snarl on my face, And so I was not sweeping. I was doing a half-assed job, and then this guy called Ian, who was like the regional manager, this big scary dude, was doing the rounds, and he was inspecting the fast food restaurant, and he saw that I'd swept. He saw me sweeping, this 18-year-old little turd, and he just goes, "You missed some spots over there. There's still some stuff under the counter." So instead of just being nice about it, I just snarled at him and just gave him a filthy look and just went while I was staring at him, just picked them up by hand and just threw them in the bin kind of thing. And he did speak. He spoke to the restaurant manager afterwards and said, "What the hell is wrong with that guy?
Get rid of this kid's attitude."
Yeah, and then that was the same restaurant manager that made me do my shift after I cracked my head open on the hand dryer. She was not happy with me after that either. Yeah, so,
they hated you there.
They did, but then I came good and I was a superstar. Then the second one, real quick, because I know that this is meant to be a quick answer. Way back in the early 2000s, when viruses and hacks and that weren't even really a thing, but they were starting to become a thing, we got a malicious link through to our emails. This is literally 2001 or something like that, which is forever ago now. And I clicked on it. I clicked on the link, and it did all these weird things on my computer, and I was just like, oh my God, this place is going to melt. I felt so bad, and I confessed, and I did get in a bit of trouble by my team leader, but
Oopsie.
Yeah, oopsie. Oh. Other than that, not really, not to the point where I thought I'm going to lose my job here. I've developed a very good work ethic, and I'm usually a good worker, goody two-shoes, do what the boss says, keep the boss happy. I like to do that. Yeah,
is that why you work for yourself now, so you can't get into trouble with anyone?
Happy. Yes. But I do have clients and people that I work with who are all fantastic. I've worked with some really great people, so they're all really lovely to work with. But
I don't want to hear your CV.
So hello, if you're listening. I'm on LinkedIn, by the way.
What is this, a plug for some work? Oh, this is Ben Kempster.
Just in case, yeah.
I'm a great guy to work with.
I tell people what I do in procurement. What's that? Yeah.
Can't even say it.
So that's it. Sorry, that was a bit long, but there you go.
It was a bit long. But anyway, it's good to get to know you a bit better.
Yeah.
What is it? Go for it.
When you first sort of...
Did you just put a pencil behind your ear?
I'm scratching my head a little bit, yeah. When you were sort of first out of home, living like share housing or living on your own, I know that you did, you lived in a few places because I actually was in Melbourne at said time.
Mm.
What was the first kind of go-to meal thing that you would cook if you were living on your own? Like, I've got to eat something. What was kind of the first thing you remember having to just make yourself on a stove kind of thing?
Oh, good question. Yeah, right. Geez, that seems like a long time ago now. Because I moved out of home with my older brother. Hello, Bradley, if you're listening.
Of course he is.
But we used to always just cook pasta because we loved it so much, and I still love pasta. That's my number one meal. Spaghetti bolognese is my number one meal. I love it so much. But we wanted to get really fancy, so the number one go-to meal to try and be really super fancy was carbonara.
Oh, yeah. Not the continental pasta and sauce.
No, okay. That wasn't even around in those days.
Oh, wow,
this is like you make it with cream and bacon and egg and that was our really super fancy meal. And I thought I was just like the bee's knees making that. So fancy, so posh. And I just loved it so much. Huh?
Did you have pepper in it as well?
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah, but not a lot of pepper. But really super fancy. And then I started making lasagna, like spend all day making lasagna, make a really big batch of it, invite all my friends over to help share it. And then, things got wild. We won't go down that track right now. But that was my go-to. What about what?
A couple of bottles of Matisse Rosé.
Cinzano, yeah. Bit of Libra wine.
Well, you must have got the Italian thing because you were the first person that I ever know who made a risotto. And I was like, wow, that's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you're good at that.
I still love risotto. Yeah, love it. I think all that comfort food's really nice.
Yeah, of course.
So when I was younger growing up, we had no comfort or food. So
we had neither. No blankets, nothing.
So when I was able to make my own comfort food, I think I really didn't just put one toe in the comfort food water pond.
Nah.
I jumped right in, Ben. I really did. I loved it.
Jumped in. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Carb Town. Oh yeah, you went down to Carb Town. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
All right, I've got. I want to get to know you a bit better, and I don't think you've ever been asked this question before. Have you ever helped a stranger with first aid?
Yes, I have actually. Now, we know how much you love helping people and how much they appreciate it, Posty. Yeah, I have. And actually, this is a bit of a scary story. So for people that don't like scary things, you can pause for now, go make a cup of tea. But basically, I was going to golf with my father-in-law and my wife's uncle. We were going to the Barossa Valley to play golf, and we went the back roads, which aren't super windy, but they are windier than just going straight up a highway. And we came across a man who had come off his motorbike at high speed. So it was really horrible.
Oh,
yeah.
Terrible.
And so, sorry, this isn't funny at all. But so we stayed with him until the ambulance came. But because we were in such a weird spot, it took him maybe 20 minutes to get there. And this guy's shoulder was just completely destroyed, you could tell. And he was in so much pain. I've never been with someone who's been in so much pain before. He was just beside himself with pain. Like I thought he was going to pass out. And the ambulance people came, the paramedics, and I don't know if you've ever seen ambulance people mobilise out of an ambulance, but it's just one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. They are unreal. So if there's any paramedics listening, mate, you guys are amazing, because they just had everything, the tubes, the saline, there was just paper and ripped stuff flying everywhere. They were just unwrapping stuff and immediately calmed him down, and it was incredible to see. So it was quite intense. And sorry, that's not funny, but it was really an experience I'll never forget. So please drive safely on the roads and ride safely, because seeing this guy, like, really, really scary.
Yeah.
I know you've helped me with some first aid once.
I did. I was very helpful.
Yeah.
And I did help somebody on Richmond Station the other day with some first aid. Yeah, no joke. This is fair income. The other day there was this elderly gent was standing right next to me. We're standing side by side almost on Richmond Station early morning, and a mudlark came flying down and went straight for his face and hit him just under the eyeball, like right on the eye socket there. And then it just quickly flew away again. There's signs everywhere saying beware of the swooping birds, right? This poor guy, and I just almost put my arms around him like, are you okay? Like, I was shaking him, are you okay? And he didn't get his eyeball, and his eyes started watering, and he was in shock. He just didn't really know what had happened. It happened so fast. This bird came down, swooped right under his eyeball. Anyway, I said to him, as soon as you get to where you're going, make sure you go and wash your face and you're not bleeding. There's no scratches there. So I was right up in his face, having a good look at him. And anyway, he jumped on the train. He's like, no, I'm okay. And he jumped on the train, and we got off at the same stop. And I thought, oh, my God, he's going to Swinburne where I work. Imagine if he was like a visiting academic from overseas, and this is his first time coming to Melbourne and getting, attacked by a killer bird. So anyway, about a week later, Ben, are you still there?
Yeah,
about a week later, I saw him again, and guess what?
No. The bird
he had a hat on.
Oh, okay.
No, he had a hat on. His big
good
sombrero.
With corks hanging off the ends.
But yeah, I thought, good on you, buddy.
Oh, wow. Good on you,
totally,
though.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks.
Well, he's lucky to have you helping him, that's for sure. Hey, Kristy.
He's just so lucky I was there. Yeah.
I know. Who knows? The mudlarks could have been like the birds, that movie.
Yeah, I know. Alfred Hitchcock.
Which I've never seen, but people always say that.
Did you want to ask me something, Ben?
Yeah. When you're putting, are you a sock shoe person, or are you a sock shoe person?
This is a really good question, because this is going to give you a really good insight into me and how I get dressed in the morning when I go to work.
Yeah.
Right? So because of all my hip, knee, foot problems, I wear runners to work nearly every day, right?
That's our next episode, ladies.
Because I leave early to go to – what?
That's our next episode.
What did you say?
That's our next episode.
Yeah. So anyway, I get my shoes ready and put them near the front door, right, have the laces undone, and then I've always got my socks on first. So socks, shoes, tie them up, bang, out the door.
Right. So you're like, it's like the pit crew, basically.
Yes.
Your own pit crew.
Yes. Yep. So I get all my clothes ready for work, have a shower. I leave really early, have my shoes at the front door on the inside, not outside.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So then I just have to step into them, tie the laces up. Sometimes I don't even undo the laces and I just wiggle my feet in. Then the socks all bunch up wrong and then the tongue's all stuck wrong. So, but I never learn.
No, and you think you're saving time, but you're not. But that's great. Okay, so you're walking around on floorboards with socks on in the morning. That sounds very dangerous to me.
It is, yeah. We haven't got floorboards, but we've got carpet in some areas and then concrete in other areas. It's painted. It's a very old house, Ben.
Oh, wow.
It's fancy.
Yeah, okay.
Very fancy. It's blue concrete. It's concrete that's been painted navy blue.
The house is stunning.
Weird, but
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's white and navy blue. And then in the kitchen, you have to be very careful when you've got the socks on because there's just lino. You don't want to be slipping over, Ben. I don't want to be slipping over.
If you're in a rush.
Yeah.
This is all sounding very dangerous to me.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. All right, Ben, I'm going to ask you another question. And I want you to think very hard about this question. If I gave you $1,000, what would you do with it?
Oh God! Oh my goodness! Really?
If I gave you $1,000 cash right now, what would you do with it?
My son asks me these sorts of questions and I can never answer.
Does he?
I would probably look, to be perfectly honest, I'm wearing a jumper. I'm wearing a hoodie. Like, this isn't my newest hoodie, but this hoodie I've had for about 15 years because I hang on to things and I kind of, you can see it's all ripped and stuff. But so I'm not one to go and buy a whole lot of clothes. I look after the ones I've got and I tend to sort of keep them for a long time. So I'd probably buy some clothes. I'd probably take the three of us out for dinner somewhere and maybe even stay the night in like a hotel in the city or something like that, the three of us.
What a
just have a little
night.
city vacation. Yeah. Something like that probably. If it was just like, here's $1,000, you're not paying bills with it, you're going to use it for fun. That's probably what I'd do. A little bit for me just to go a couple $100 on some clothes and then the rest on staying away and going out. Yeah. Does that sound like?
Yeah, you wouldn't go and buy a pair of Louis Vuitton sunglasses.
No. Oh God, no. I think buying things like that is so stupid. If people are spending money like that on things, just don't.
Yeah.
It's all made to the same level of quality. You're getting ripped off, people. Stop it. Stop it now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, knickers in or not, I was just saying.
That's right. Yeah, but no, I do love
I'm
this
glad
hoodie.
to hear. Yeah, it is nice.
Russell hoodie. It's brilliant.
Is it brown?
No, it's grey.
Is it
and
brown?
It's a Russell hoodie.
Grey.
I don't even know if Russell is a brand anymore, but it's all tethered everywhere.
Russell Coit.
Russell Coit. It's so comfortable. It's my most comfortable hoodie. And now Reed started wearing it and he's trying to steal it. But everything of mine that he steals, he loses. So.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, that's not entirely true. Not entirely true. So, Kristy, here's a question for you.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting to know each other really well.
We do.
You're actually a really nice guy.
Yeah, I'm not that. I pretend to be nice most of the time.
I wasn't sure about you until this episode. I kind of wasn't sure.
Jury was out.
Yeah, I was like,
take him or leave him.
Yeah.
So, do you know? Now, this isn't to shame you out because I don't. Do you know fully the second verse of the Australian national anthem?
No.
The one that starts with "Beneath our radiant southern cross," with I don't know that. I don't know that one. I
don't know it.
I know the first line.
Here's a challenge for you and me. Next episode, let's learn it and we'll sing it to our listeners.
Well, I got caught out because, and now I'm confessing here, I was at an event recently where the national anthem was sung. Like they play it and everyone sings along. And I was in a spot where I was kind of facing the crowd as well.
Did you have a microphone in hand?
It was in one of my dignitary roles, but no, I didn't have a microphone. But I was mouthing along and singing along, and then the second verse came along, and I didn't know, but I was facing people, so I'm like, "This is terrible. I don't know the second verse to my own national anthem. This is terrible."
I reckon 90% of people wouldn't. 90% of people wouldn't know. Who knows? Do you know who I reckon would know? Our mate Mark Oates.
Paleontologist. Mark Oates would, because he has to sing it.
He would.
But no, generally when they perform, they only do the first one though. Generally,
Yeah, but he would know. If anyone knows it, Mark would know it. I reckon we get him on to sing it for us. Do you reckon he'd be up for that? He's been at the Sydney Opera House recently.
I know.
He's a busy man.
He is Adelaide. Adelaide's just in love with Mark Oates at the moment. He's just...
Why wouldn't you be? He's absolutely gorgeous.
He's amazing. And he's in on the TDF competition as well. He's keen as mustard.
Yeah.
He can't wait.
Yeah.
Mark's great.
He cannot wait. All right, well, I reckon we get Mark on to sing it for us and talk about it.
I'm sure he'd love that.
Along with Ben, the paleontologist. We can talk about shark's teeth.
If you follow Mark on Facebook, he has gone and sung other national anthems at cricket events. He had to sing he had to learn a national anthem. He learnt it in like an afternoon or something and went and sung.
Was it the West Indies or something random?
Yeah. I think he's done it 2 years in a row. Yeah. Anyway, this isn't a get to know Mark Oates episode, but we do love Mark Oates.
He's probably pissing himself right now going, shut up, you two.
Shut up, you guys. You heard nothing.
All right, come on. We need to wrap up this. Wrong. Yeah, we need to kind of bring this to a close. Have you got any more burning questions for me?
Yeah, I do. I have a question and a bonus one. So really quick.
Oh, I've got a bonus one for you too.
All right, well, I'll ask my last one, then we'll do our bonus ones. So you've lived in Victoria your whole life. Where haven't you been that you think, as a Victorian, I really should have been there, but I haven't? It could be a place, a location, a building, an institution.
It's a really interesting question because it got me thinking, because recently we drove from Melbourne up to Mildura. So we kind of cut along that side of Victoria. And I said to Howie, we should drive around the whole of Victoria, like circumnavigate it.
That's it,
right? Yeah. And then there's a bit of Victoria that I haven't been to, and it's along the border between sort of like Mildura and Echuca.
Yeah.
So along that top bit, then it goes down to the pointy bit to Malankuta. So I've been there. So I've been to most places in Victoria, but I guess there's some places I haven't been to. I've been to Nil.
Of course. Who hasn't?
Been to Nil, been to the Wimmera.
What about a place in the city? Like, you've been to the art gallery. Have you been to Parliament House? Have you been to the top of the Rialto Tower? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't think like that. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, here's one place I've never been to. I've always wanted to go to. Immigration Museum in Victoria, in Melbourne. It's meant to be brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, there you go. That's my answer.
That's your mission.
Wow, I'm going to go.
What? Do it, and I'm going to go. In fact, we might even do it this weekend. There's an aviation museum in Port Adelaide in South Australia that I've never been to. I didn't even know it existed, and apparently it's brilliant. And I've looked it up online. It looks incredible. So I want to go to the aviation museum because Reed's right into planes at the moment. He's just going through this plane phase.
So you're going to the aviation, and I'm going to go to the immigration.
Yeah, absolutely. Be tourists
immigration,
in our own
aviation.
Town. Absolution.
That's unreal.
Absolutely. Yeah. What's your bonus question?
All right, here's my bonus question for you, Ben. You've got to keep it snappy, all right? Because we know how you can go on a bit.
I know.
Discuss your perfect day in detail from start to finish. If you had a day to yourself,
keep it
snappy.
Had a
day to yourself, what would it be?
A day to myself, what would it be? Okay, well, I do like to start the day with a coffee. Yeah, I like to start the day with a coffee. I'd probably go for a coffee and a bit of a bike ride or a walk, something outdoors like that. I would probably spend some of the time, this is boring, but I'd probably spend some of the time cleaning the house. You know what I mean? Like I'd probably do something like a job, a sorting job or a gardening job or a big thing that you just don't quite ever get to. I reckon I'd probably go maybe and have some food somewhere nice, like a nice restaurant, or a cafe, and just have some lunch and listen to some music and I don't know,
like a great
watch
day.
A movie or something like that. Just things that you don't generally get to do that you wouldn't normally do on your own. Yeah. Well, that sounds really good, actually.
Sounds
like
great.
A good day.
Would you have an early night or would you stay up really late? Party.
Well, whenever I have the house to myself, which is rare, but if Sarah goes away or, there's been times where she's gone and stayed with her mum or her nana or whatever. And I've had the house to myself. When I say that, I've had Reed with me, but I've been home by myself. I'm like, I'm gonna exercise. Or there's been times where they've both been away and I've had the house to myself. I'm gonna get up early. I'm gonna eat healthy, and I just drink wine and stay up till like 2:00 in the morning watching Netflix.
So that's your perfect day.
Possibly.
Oh, I love that.
Play the piano a little bit because I never do that. Yeah. I don't know.
Chopsticks on the piano.
You really got me thinking.
What's that one? The
Entertainer. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to play that on my mum's organ.
That's all I can play still to this day.
Do you remember Mum had that really big organ, and it had like rows of like keyboards, and then all the buttons like the samba and the mumbo.
Yes, of course. The rumba. Yeah, and you could have you could increase the tempo, so it would go really quickly, you know.
I've really loved this pod today, Ben. It's been so nice getting to know you a bit better. You are really nice, and I'm so glad you're my cousin. Before we finish up, I just want to give a promo forward on something coming up. We are going to be talking to some amazing women in our community. So we've got Helen from Nil and Wendy Bywaters up our sleeve. Mm-hmm. They're going to be coming on to chat to us. We've spoke to them a little while ago when we were either side of Nil, but now that we're two cousins, one chat, we're going to chat to them again.
Of course.
We love them and they're great people. So, and then Ben's going to be chatting to some amazing men in our community, and he's also got someone special up his sleeve. It's not to be announced just yet.
No. Yeah. Surprise.
Mark Oates. Yeah.
It's not Mark Oates, actually.
But anyway.
He's a national treasure. Okay.
We should get him back on. He's a great guy. So anyway, that's it for now. Have a great rest of the weekend, everybody. And we look forward to, seeing you soon around the traps.
Absolutely. Say hi.
Wherever that. Yeah. Around the traps. All right, we're going to get going.
Got to. Just
so thanks so much for listening. You do the sign off, Ben.
Okay, look, thanks everyone so much for listening. We love our show. We love our listeners. Thanks so much. And we will talk to you again very soon. See you later.